Hello, hello. I believe we are live. Let me just go check everywhere. We're trying new things today. Different stuff all the time. So, yeah, there we go. I can hear it in my headphone. So, hoping that you guys can all hear me fine. We are here. Hi, hi, everybody. We are live. Yes. Okay. All right. So, today we are looking at doing chaos to systems. So, one of the big things on my to do list, and I know on every sort of business owner's to do list, is sort of cleaning up some of their systems and maybe it's like their desktop and things. So, I'm going to walk you through how I'm going to use AI a little bit to do some of mine. That way you can kind of learn with me and do it yourself as well. And I can clean up some of my desktop that I've been wanting to do. So, um, just ignore the background because that eventually will be cleaned up. But we are a living, working life. So, um, let's get started. Let me figure out. I'm just going to close a couple things so that they aren't in the way. And I'm going to just share my screen. I'm going to share my entire window because I want you to also see like my desktop and things. It's going to be um, sharing that. So, and then I will share my chats and everything. So if you look, and I hate doing this. So I've got all these folders of like different stuff. I definitely want to clean up some of these folders. I've got my downloads. I've also got like downloads here. My Finder is super like crazy. That's just recent. But, like I've got a downloads. Like there's lots of stuff. And I want to do all of that. And it's all linked to the cloud. So cleaning this up will clean up my stuff in other places, maybe allow me to not pay so much for Apple storage. We'll see, or iCloud storage. But like if I open, and I hate doing this, so we'll see. But if I open screenshots, like it does that. That's how many screenshots I have, how many things are um not like, you know, organized, and they're all there and I don't know how to close them now. So let's dive in. Let's get right into um, Claude here and let's start a new chat. So I want to, and I actually had like a blurb of like what to say. Um, Audit my files. Ask Claude what to keep organized, how, like, because I started the conversation. So let's do a file audit. Um, it says to do it in this chat, but I'm going to do it in a fresh chat. So, what, can you please help me audit my files? I want to, the goal is to clean up my desktop, downloads, documents, folder, etc. Okay. as a question. Since confirm you understand. Understanding of my ask, etc. And then I'm just going to paste what I want to, what I put here, and just do things like, and I don't know why it always says this British spelling, but and I'm going to change this to, it says low, and actually change this to medium, just because I want it to do a little bit more thinking. So one of the things I always try to do, and something I learned, is to kind of give it a role or give your chat something that kind of explains like how you want them to behave, because it will help. It doesn't necessarily change the outputs they give you, but it changes how they prioritize what they put out for you. So let's try this. Let's make sure a few things they want to clarify. I can access files on here if you're using, or if you upload files, screenshots without that, I'll be working from whatever you share with me. I'm using the desktop one, so I might have to switch to the browser, which is fine. So mostly, I'm going to say mostly number one, but I do a lot, like a lot, with screenshots and downloads. Google Drive will be something we clean up another time. Maybe that's too much information. Sometimes they say give it as much information as you can. Sometimes giving it too much makes it go off the rails. So we'll see. What's the biggest pain point right now? Let's see. Number 2 and number 3 and actually 4. That's a really poor way to put it, but all of those, my operating system is a Mac. Got it. Couple more questions. Perfect. Love when it asks me questions. How do you typically save screenshots? This is what I do. What kinds of files are you dealing with locally? I'm going to say all of the above. I could not even categorize them by priority if I tried. I do a lot of everything all the time. Um, 3, as long as I also develop a way to find things fast. System, workflow, prompts, tool. This is the order of priority. Because if I don't need a new tool, I don't want a new tool. But this chat could come back and ask me what tools I have. I didn't technically specify, but I can add that if I would like to. So let's see what it says. For problem, screenshots exploding onto your desktop. Yes, that's what we just showed. Downloads never getting triaged. Everything from client work to installers living in the same chaos. No naming conventions, so search is unreliable even when you try. Yeah, that is so true. Give me a moment. So let me design this. Here's what I'm going to build out. Folder architecture, the structure itself, naming convention, so Spotlight search actually works. It will be amazing. Triage workflow, prompt, something you can hand into Claude or use yourself to audit messy folder fast. I'm going to say thank you. If you need to know what other tools I have or use regularly, I can share that if if that knowledge will help. Because I don't want to give it too many ideas of the direction I want. I want it to kind of tell me, and then I will vet it from there. But here is what we have. So then let's press this, and then I'll go back and read. So we've got that. So we've got desktop, inbox, clients, so Krisha, personal admin, screenshots, learning, archive. It's perfect. I actually really like that. The most important move you can make today, change where screenshots save. Screenshots. That alone stops the desktop from filling up. Takes 30 seconds. Inbox folder is a key mechanism rather than trying to sort through. Amazing naming convention. Date verse format might feel fussy at first, but it solves the spotlight problem. I'm going to push back on the naming convention. Everything else. Okay. So I also want to push back on the naming convention as as when I work with clients or my business, I have a name convention I use for each client / engagement. So Krisha equals so etc. And then everything else, knowing what tools you live in day to day helps tell me where you not to store things locally. A lot of file clutter exists because people save things locally that should be saved in the tool. Notion, Google Drive, vice versa. If I know your stack, I can give a clear rule. So Notion, unpaid at the moment. Google Drive. And then Little Bird. Arc browser is my main browser with spaces set up by the client. I have a HQ space, so Cretia, personal, courses, and the archive, and I spell that wrong every single time. Archive, every time. Client X, Y, Z, and so on. So telling it all this information, and then I'm going to have it walk me through it, and we can do this together. And if you want any of these prompts that I'm putting in here, just comment that below, and I will make sure that I put it into a document and share that with you. So the naming convention piece, what stays is the date first, year, month, day, then the version, and whether it's final, so the version and suffix, those structurals are not identity based. They don't conflict with my existing codes. That's perfect. So what changes is the context. The context statement uses your existing code, so it becomes that. Perfect. That is great because we still have the description, all of those. I'm going to say thank you. Please remind me of that naming of this naming convention we've landed on as you walk me through the cleanup. But we're not going to press enter on that or send on that message yet because I want to read the rest in case I have other comments. Now your tool stack changes things more significantly. Here's what I'm seeing. Arc Space is doing a lot of organizational heavy lifting already. You have a spatial separation by context in your browser. It's actually your primary working environment, not Finder. I'm going to say note Arc will also be something we clean up and rework in the future. Maybe it's next week, but that's still the future. So keep that in mind. And then Notion and Google Drives means most documents probably shouldn't live locally at all, which raises the real question. Do you have a clear rule? Or no, I do not. No clear rule for what goes where. But I'd love to create one. So let's put that out there. I'll remind you the naming convention as we'll go, and we'll keep the arc in the back pocket for future session. Okay. Notions in planning, operating your business, SOPs, Google Drive, anything. Okay, I'm gonna push back on this a little bit. Let me just quickly read this. Anything. I just want to confirm because it does say like that it goes in Notion, but I feel like um, because they're not commenting on it or opening it, but it needs to go into the SOP. Do I save those? What about things I may screenshot when I encounter errors? Do I save them only until the error is resolved? What's the rule for that? Also, I want to put a comment on. So let's read what this says. Screenshots that go into SOPs are client deliverables. The screenshot itself is just a source file. That document is the thing that matters. So the rule is once the document is done and filed, the screenshot can go. If you ever need to update the SOP, you'll take a free screenshot anyway. Good to know. Okay. No filing, no renaming. If the error is unresolved, the screenshot takes only until it's fixed. The only time an error screenshot gets saved longer is if you're documenting a bug for a tool. Okay, perfect. Let's add it to the rule system, please. Also, I am currently using the Claude desktop app, but can move into the browser. What do you recommend? Let's edit. Hold on. Let's stop this for this activity, just in case we have to be a little bit more specific. Stay in the desktop app for the conversation, but have the Finder open alongside it. Okay. Finder on the other side for would it be faster to have Claude in Chrome interacting with my file system? More efficient and more of a benefit to me. Let's see what it says. Oh, it's still building. It's still building. Okay. Oops. Sorry, we have so many things here. Let's bring that back up because that is a thing. Okay, let's ask that question. And then, honest answer not meaningful for this specific. Here's why. Clotting from uploading to your browser, but you're gonna. Okay. For today, the most efficient setup is exactly what I described. Just have the app open on one side, Finder on the other. For the hand on the navigator. Okay. So let's see if it's not necessarily working properly. And I don't know why this kind of always does this right now, but okay, I am ready. We'll just do this. Oops, this. No, we'll get rid of that. Why? It does not like it right now. There. We'll do that when we want to get in between, and I will just make it full screen so that you don't see the back. Ready. Oh, Finder and desktop app are open. Okay, so there we go. Let's just do that. We're gonna do that just so we don't get interrupted per se. And let's switch. Let's switch. Let's switch. Okay. Yay. All right. So we are ready. I pulled up the chat on my other device so I can just kind of focus on all these things here. So let's do it. So we open the Finder and navigate to your desktop first. Switch to list view if you're not already. And it shows more files at once. It makes it easier to comb through those. Take a screenshot of what you see to select the Finder window and drop it here. Don't worry about how messy it is. That's exactly what we're here for. Okay, awesome. So, did it go? Yeah. List view, and it wants a screenshot. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to do capture. I'm also going to do flip to this and do a screenshot here. So I can't remember what it said. And then I'll just paste the one we need. And I didn't use the shortcuts. That's okay. Open the Finder to navigate to your desktop and switch to list view. Okay. And take a screenshot of what you see. And this is just the first one. You know what? I'm also going to do, let's go back to that Finder. And let's go. I kind of saw where it ended. So let's just take screenshots of all of it. And then that is there. That's another 2. Oops. And I'm just going to show, I might not be able to get through all of this today, but we'll move on. So if we have that at the top, move 17. That's the next screenshot. And then that is the next one. And see, there's lots on the desktop. So I probably won't be able to get through all of them. But we'll stop at nourish after swapped. I'm going to say that out loud because that's where we're leaving off. And then I'm just going to go back to the other one. Okay. And I'll just upload the few ones that are there. My recents. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should be everything. This isn't the whole folder, but it's a start. And if we're going to rename it all, we'll see. Big job. And we're not even through the alphabet. The move after move before is no longer an active project. It was a client project. Make sure they saved the images, but somewhere turning off the heater here. But I don't think I need to keep them. I'm asking because, like, it's a past project. I don't know if I would need. There's a large collection of most of those social media graphics. We can probably delete after a quick check. Maybe we combine them all and see, and do it in bulk. That's more a better ask. And then There's client files. Before we go file by file, 3 quick questions. Should number the questions the way they were asked. 1, 2, and then 3. No, I should clean them up or store them accordingly. Okay. I don't typically, but I'd like to start that practice moving forward. That being said, this is a project from about a year ago, maybe more. So I think it would be better to start fresh. Agree? We work in batches. That's good. Agreed completely. Yes, that's going to clear a significant chunk. Let's start with batch 1, quick wins. Perfect. So we have about 15 minutes left, and I want to show you how we're going to do these. So select and trash all of these already installed. So we're just going to go back to the Finder, and I should use my keyboard, but and we'll do search. Oops. Dot. It has this one here, and we'll move to trash, and then go back. Giphy.gif. Sometimes it's faster to do the other. These are all ones, but do I need them? No. I don't even know exactly why I have them, so we're just gonna move them to trash. And then copy, paste, and then the trash. And yeah, this is going to take a bit of time, but I'm just going to do this folder, and then I'm going to ask it another thing. Image shot one. This is actually the background that I like to use. However, I have it saved other places, and I know that, and I know where I can grab it. So I am going to put this in this trash and then go from there. The before image. Oh yeah, none of these I need. This is great if you want to kind of look at things before. I remember what we were doing in that project, but I kind of need to see it before I delete it. If it doesn't like need to stay, that's okay. I don't even think they're still using those images actively on their site anymore. And if they are, I know where we need it. I don't know what this is because it's hard to see. So I want to make sure. I have no idea what that is. No idea. So refresh. That is gonna come up. With some of those. Let's just do this. And then I'm going to show you a prompt that I'm going to ask it so that I can do this folder like so it's probably another thing I want to do because that might be something I want to keep. But if I look at it in the list view, oh, because I opened it, darn it, do that before you open it. It'll say like the date that it was saved and things like that. I'm actually just going to delete this. Not that I don't think I need it, but I don't think I necessarily need it. I've never gone back to it after I've taken the screenshot of it. That's something else I want to get better at is getting screenshots of things that I need and then organizing them so that I can find them better and actually make use of some of the things that I'm trying to capture. And I will walk you through how I do that process when I do that process as well. This I might actually save. So I'm going to rename it. Rename. But let's use the naming convention that we're working with Claude. So what is the naming convention that we decided on? I have to scroll up, I think. So date, month, day, and I should have checked that so I could put the proper date, but for now we're just going to do this one. Rename. So it's going to be year, month, day, for video creation. SOP. And I don't know what else to put there. So let's save it because we've got that. There's no version code. So that's fine. Perfect. So then we have this one. And this will take a process. It will get shorter the way we do it. So then nope, that's past client stuff I do not need because that was from years ago. The thing to do after you do this, and I'm gonna actually block off a bit of time every day to kind of do this, maybe like 10-15 minutes till I get through this project, unless I can come up with something faster. And then I will definitely go live and do it. But the thing to do after each one of these sessions would also be to empty your trash because that will keep your computer running faster. And that's the same thing. Same client, old stuff. That's the craziness of it. Okay. So now that we have that, there's duplicate versions of stuff. Oh, I was already doing that. Holding shift to select more than one, is what it was saying. But we've got this is the first batch. Okay. I'm gonna say I did the first half of the batch of batch one. I want to make this process faster / easier / both. And then in this chat, I have just scroll down now because it's been a while and there's lots in here. But when I was talking this out in this chat, it had a prompt. So actually, we're gonna, no, I want to actually put that in here. Is there a way to put everything in a folder and clean it up from there? I also would love to eventually do this. But with that folder, in case I didn't make that clear, I think I did, but let's see. desktop audit. Do that now and confirm when it's done. Okay, so while that's building, let's do the audit. So go to desktop. We don't have anything in the search. Let's go to this. I don't know why sometimes this view is better. Then I go to new folder, desktop audit, and then I put the date. And I don't know. $2026. I don't know if that's the best thing to do, but oh, I held shift, but it didn't select everything. Hold on. Let's get rid of this for a second. And then do Command A. And then do it again. Oh, it didn't hold it. Oh, there. And then I'm just going to do this all the way down. And I know there's probably an easier way to do this, but for now, we're just going to do this. And then we're going to do that. And then scroll up a bit. And do that. You know what? Let's go all the way up to the top because we can do this a little bit better. Drag it all into there. And it's going to take a minute to move all those files. But then it's going to give us just what's left, and we'll do the same thing where we just kind of select it all in one group. Let's go up here and back. And it only has the ones we need. So we do that again. And we move it. And then we'll do it one final time. And because there's only one, grab it like that and put it there. So that's the audit. So now, if we go to the desktop, it's so clean, and then there's only that one folder, which we didn't delete anything. We just moved it all to clean it visually, but we actually do want to clean it so that it looks nicer. So we've got it. Then we've got our weekly digest reset tool. Download that and drop it on your desktop. It's ready to open in any browser. Resets automatically every Monday, and you never need to manually clear it. So download. I'm actually going to put it right, on my desktop. And if you want this, actually, I'm going to give this to everybody as well. You can find it in the description below with the instructions on how to do it. So what to do now? Go ahead And a new folder with selected movie will continue from what's inside that folder. So now we've got this. If we click on it, opening in the browser, so it's got all of everything there. So I'll definitely give this to you. This is how I'm going to do it. Let's just do a couple more minutes. I've got the audit folder ready. Let's see what it says to do next. Eventually, what I wanted to set up is Claude to go through and like help organize and do like set up some rules for it to do some of this stuff automatically. However, I know I need to clean this up first and figure out what access I want to give it and all these things. So this is what we do, and it's just going to have us go through the next batch of things. And then the client folders and everything. So I will definitely give you these prompts, and as I work through it, add to it and things, and I'll have a sign up for that so you can stay on top of all of those things if you would like to, and all the updates. But yeah, it's gonna kind of bring us through everything. But it's saying we should eliminate about 50 plus files in about 60 seconds. So I think having this step is going to be a little bit nicer. I'm going to also find a way to set this up so I might get a reminder to do my digital reset and do some more things. So when I do more with the digital reset, I will include it in this series. Yeah, so let's stop sharing for a second and we'll go back to this page. And what I should have done was I should have shared the clean desktop again because it's so pretty. But as I do more with this digital cleanup, I will put it into its own playlist for you. And then you can kind of follow along as you do more, or use these videos to hold you accountable and take the time it takes to watch them to clean up your own files, whatever you might like to do. If you've got any questions, comments, suggestions on how to do things better, they're going to help everybody. So put them in the comment box below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Like I said, I'm going to put the prompts in the description. And there's going to be a way for you to sign up to grab those to download. And then I'm also going to put the weekly digital reset checklists in there too, so you can grab that and have it set up when I do the process to make that more automatic and do the whole process to make it more automatic. I'll come in live again and show you that. If you have any videos you want to see, anything you want to see me do, whether it's in GHL, which is Go High Level, or digital cleanup, or social media, anything, comment what you want to see, and I will make sure that I do a video on that. All right, everybody, thank you so much for being here, and I will catch you